U.S. deport Jamaican to Africa. St. Elizabeth crime report is showing on the positive side. Pastor listed as person of interest, while a rapist is sentenced to 70 years in prison. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The Minister of Foreign Affairs is distancing itself from reports out of the United States that the government refused to accept the return of a Jamaican national, resulted in their deportation to the Southern African Kingdom of Eswatini. Minister of Foreign Affairs Kamina Johnson-Smith, in a post to X, insisted that the country has not refused the return or transfer of any of its citizens. The clarification comes after U.S. Homeland Security Department Assistant Secretary Tricia McClakin revealed in a post on X that 5 criminal illegal aliens were deported to Eswatini. She said that the deportees were from Vietnam, Jamaica, Laos, Cuba, and Yemen, and had been convicted of crimes ranging from child rape, murder, adding that the flight included individuals so uniquely barbaric that their home countries refuse their repatriation. But Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith maintained that the Jamaica government has not refused the return of any Jamaican, and accordingly, if the reports are confirmed, engagements will continue with the U.S. on the arrangement necessary to facilitate the individual's return to Jamaica. In a series of posts on Wednesday, Mrs. McClakin detailed that the Jamaican was convicted of murder and sentenced to 25 years confinement for robbery with a 6-year sentence and possession of a weapon carrying a 6-month confinement. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, meanwhile, has hit back at critics of the state of the economy. Prime Minister Holness says some have blasted the government for the lack of prosperity which was promised by the Jamaica Labour Party as it booed the electorate. Dr. Holness said there are many who confuse prosperity with pleasure. It is a journey, he said. There are moments on the journey where you will gain some pleasure, but you will also encounter some distress, some hurt, some unhappiness, but it is in the conquest of these things that you develop the mindset of being successful and prosperous, he concluded. Meanwhile, the St. Elizabeth crime report is showing on the positive side as crime has been reduced drastically according to Senior Superintendent Minto. Superintendent Minto provided a breakdown of the gains made in reducing major crimes in the parish. He said as of July 9th, shootings are down by 46%, robberies down by 54%, rape is 13 cases as against 12 last year, an increase by 1, but murder is 7 versus 18, a reduction of 61%. The last murder took place, he said, in the latter part of June at a particular nightclub in Santa Cruz, and again that murder took place coming out of a conflict. 15 firearms and 85 rounds of ammunition have been seized in the parish since the start of the year, and so far the police is winning the war in that parish. A US-based pastor embroiled in the saga concerning the discovery of a mummified remains of 69-year-old Viola Distin has been listed as a person of interest by authorities. The body of Miss Distin was found in Old Hope, Sheffield, Westmoreland on July 6th. The police on Thursday morning confirmed that the pastor is a Jamaican national, however they have not confirmed his location overseas. They are urging the clergyman to make contact. 2 women, 49-year-old Laverne Wedderburn and Miss Distin's caretaker, 54-year-old Jenna Robinson, are facing charges in connection with the discovery of the body. The women told investigators that they were instructed by the overseas-based pastor to care for Miss Distin. They further alleged that the pastor sent money to take care of her basic needs. But following Miss Distin's death, the women alleged that on the instruction of the pastor, they covered the body with tarpaulin, plastic, and a sheet, and would sprinkle various chemicals and baking soda on the tarpaulin to keep the scent of the decomposition down. The 2 women have been slapped with charges including concealment of a corpse and preventing the lawful burial of a body. Police in St. James on Tuesday seized 129 rounds of ammunition during an operation along Barracks Road in Montego Bay. The police said an abandoned premises was searched, during which the ammunition was found in a transparent plastic bag, and no arrest was made. On Sunday, the police also seized 5 illegal guns and 50 rounds of ammunition in Norwood St. James during intensified anti-crime operation in the parish, and several persons were arrested. The Home Circuit Court sentenced a St. Catherine man to more than 70 years in prison on Tuesday after he entered a guilty plea to several sexual offenses involving his stepdaughter and a minor daughter. Judge Bertram Morrison sentenced the 46-year-old taxi driver to 33 years and 8 months in prison for rape, grievous sexual assault, and having sex with a minor. In addition, the man received six sentences of 3 years for assault resulting in bodily harm, 10 years for child pornography, and 15 years for trafficking, and 10 years for incest. And since the judge mandated that the sentence be served concurrently, the convicted man will be imprisoned for 33 years and 8 months. The court heard that between January 2022 and December of 2023, the man forced the underage girls to engage in sexual acts. On to sports, the West Indies cricket cannot get any worse than what it is now. They were just beaten 3-0 in a test series by Australia, but the worst thing is that on Monday they were bowled out for 27 runs. Yes, you heard right, 27 runs. It's more like a primary school batting team, and that is the second lowest in the history of cricket. 7 batsmen were bowled out for 0. One man made 11, two made 4, and the other made 2 runs. Extra was a total of 6. And you can also catch me tomorrow evening live and direct from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on 25th Century Radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.